Shalom family, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this is another word of warning, another word of judgment that's coming directly from the throne of Yahuwah. Let me just first start by saying thank you guys so much for supporting me and for supporting this channel, for liking the videos, subscribing, for commenting. Thank you so much for the love and for the prayers. I feel them, I really do. If I could be honest with you guys, the past week or so, I felt in the spirit, I can tell that the enemy is trying to send dark forces or dark opposition against me personally by way of distractions. For example, I was trying to record this video the other night, and I'm telling you, I never really get calls when I'm trying to record and stuff. I was getting 3, 4, 5 calls in the middle of trying to record, and this is at night, which is just so not typical. And so I just want you guys to know that, be mindful of that, be praying for that. It doesn't really faze me. Like, I will always find time to get these words out, but I just notice it. So I know if it's happening to me, it's happening to other people that have this same charge to get these messages out from the Most High. But I also want to stop and just give honor, thanks, and praise to the Most High for who He is. I'm so thankful, and I want to declare that I'm thankful for His faithfulness, for His kindness towards me. I'm thankful for all of the revelations that He has given. I stand amazed at the fact that He would choose someone like me with so many shortcomings, disabilities, failures, like all the things, I'm thankful that He pulled me out of darkness and brought me into light, and that He would actually use somebody like me to speak His words in the earth. I'm blessed and highly favored, and He literally makes me feel like I'm the most favored and blessed woman in the entirety of the world. And for that, I'm just full of joy, I'm full of love, I'm full of gratefulness. And I pray that the love that I have in my heart, the love that Yahushua has in His heart for the Father, that you would have as well. I pray that you're staying strong and rooted and grounded in your faith and in your love for Yahuwah. And I pray that even though the enemy tries to come against us, that you'll just continue to stand no matter what. When things get hard, that you will just be reminded that your feet are planted in the rock, which is Yahuwah, and that you will not ever be moved. Now, on the contrary, this message for today is about the opposite. It's about the people that the Most High is saying that He's going to uproot in the earth. These are the kings, these are the leaders, the wayward leaders that we're seeing in the earth right now. He has a specific message about the fact that He's going to uproot these trees. He's going to cast them down violently. And as He's doing this, He has in mind the martyrs. He specifically spoke the name Stephen because that's who's in the forefront of His mind. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the vision, and then I'll come back with the interpretation. In this vision, it was cloudy, kind of dark on this specific day. I'm walking through the forest, and I'm noticing all of these huge trees. They're so tall. Like they actually remind me of the trees, the sequoia trees in Northern California. But the interesting thing that I'm noticing about these trees is that, yes, they're tall and they're majestic in how wide they are and how tall they are, but they've been stripped. These trees have been stripped of their bark, of their branches, and their leaves. There's nothing. They actually looked as if they were ready for logging, like someone had prepared them for that. But it was interesting the fact that they were still rooted into the ground and standing upright, but they had nothing on them. So it's like humongous sticks just upright in the ground. And so as I continue just looking up and noticing the detail of these trees, all of a sudden, one by one, the trees begin to fall. And they're hitting the ground with such force. They're being pushed down with such force. It's as if a wind came and just began to knock every single tree down. And I can't move out of the way of these trees, and they begin to fall on top of me one after another, and I fall to the ground, and these trees are just piling up as if they're making like a bonfire, how you stack logs together to do that, they were falling strategically on top of me to the point that I just felt like I was buried by these huge trees. And as I'm like losing consciousness in this dream, and even my ears were ringing in this dream, it was quite interesting. I yelled to the top of my lungs the name Stephen, and then I woke up. So naturally, when I began to think about the different dream symbols presented in this dream, it brought me back to Daniel chapter 4 and the story of Nebuchadnezzar, and how the Most High gave Nebuchadnezzar a dream about himself and about his kingdom. And in this vision, as you recall, Nebuchadnezzar saw a huge, majestic tree. And this tree was full of fruits and leaves. The foliage was plush. The animals would graze and take shelter under the shade of the tree. Birds would nest in the tree. It speaks about how the success of the nation of Babylon under King Nebuchadnezzar, it produced so much food it could feed nations. That's the tree represented the prosperity of the kingdom of Babylon and the kingship of Nebuchadnezzar specifically. So I began to think about trees and the height of these trees, but I also took note of the fact that the leaves were gone. The glory of these nations had been stripped. And so as I was talking to the Most High about these things, he specifically confirmed that yes, these trees are kings of the earth and they are representing the nations of the earth. So America, the European Union, and the other affiliate or allied nations. And so, you guys, I had prepared an entire video about the interpretation of this vision. And the other night when I went to go to sleep, the Most High began speaking to me. And normally when that happens, I just start writing, and I just continue writing everything that he said. So versus me giving the interpretation today, I'm going to present to you guys exactly what the Most High said about this vision. And it says, Yahuwah is saying to the kings of the earth in America, the European Union, and other allied nations, as well as their leaders, I have stripped you of your leaves. I have broken off all your branches, and now you are completely bare before me. You are no longer a great nation for the world to marvel at, and your influence is no more. I am cutting you down and removing you from your high and lofty places, and you will never rise again. I am uprooting and completely finishing and destroying you. I am bringing your nations to nothing. You see, your food is cursed. Your water is cursed. Your air is cursed. Your businesses cursed. Your travel cursed. Your religions are cursed. Your governments cursed. Even your schools are cursed. You see, people don't realize that when I remove my hand of blessing and protection, everything falls apart in your life, in your communities, in your society, in the nation, and throughout the world. Because it is me that keeps you in peace and in safety. Oh, how you forget that I am the one that directs the storm. I am the one that tells the storm where to go. I am the one that blesses your food, your water, and your shelter. And it is only me. And you have angered me, America. Babylon, America, your disgusting stench has reached my nostrils, and I despise you. And I hate your endless bickering, your whining, your murmuring, your complaints against me. You have said that I have not sustained your success. Do you think that I do not have ears to hear your constant complaints against me? Do you think that I do not know the darkness of your hearts, the evil that you devise? Oh, I know the darkness of your hearts. I see your plans to red rum. Because you plan to take red rumming actions against my people, I will completely and utterly destroy you. And I will be relentless in my pursuit of you. I will be relentless in uprooting you, in ending you. I will throw you down to the ground with the same force of the stones that you threw against my servant Stephen. You sycophants, you sycophantic nation, red rumming thieves, you plundering nation. You refuse to hear me, you refuse to listen. And so now I decree, wave after wave after wave of destruction I will bring upon you until you are no more. You have burdened my people, so now I will burden you. The more you plan to upend my people, the more I will violently uproot, tear down, upend, and utterly destroy you. I, Yahuwah, have spoken. For the people that are going to be on the other end of this, I wouldn't wish or pray for anyone really to be on the opposite end of the fury, of the wrath, of the judgment, of literally the hatred of the Most High. To fall into or onto the wrong side of the Most High is a dangerous territory because you cannot escape it. And when we see the constant plane crashes, planes even disappearing, having mechanical failures, the massive layoffs, we see the chaos erupting. You can feel the underlying just erupting of emotion that's happening among the people. That things are about to erupt. Even volcanoes are on the brink of erupting all over the world. You see, we have protests breaking out all over the country, and people are questioning, how they're going to make ends meet and how they're going to live throughout all of this. I'm here to tell you, the only way that you're going to make it through any of these things is by putting your full faith and trust in Yahuwah. He's the only one that can save us. He's the only one who will be able to be our peace, our safety. The Bible says that He is our strong tower. He is our wall of safety in the midst of these things coming down the pike. So we have to make sure that we're rooted in Him. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 22 says, "But sinners will be cut off from the land, and those whose acts are false will be uprooted." So the people in the vision, those huge trees that are falling, those are the Nebuchadnezzars of our day. Those are the leaders that are failing to submit, failing to humble themselves and declare that it's Yahuwah who is God and not them. They believe that they are powerful in their own strength. They believe that they're successful because of their own minds, not understanding that the Bible declares that it is Yahuwah who sets up kings, and it's Him that tears them down and strips kingdoms from them. How dare you, America, turn your face away from Him? You never really loved Him anyways. And we can see that with your actions and how you treated the children of the Most High. And He never forgot what you did to Stephen. He never forgot what you did to the other martyrs, those that preached the gospel faithfully and lost their lives before this truth. And they did nothing but tell the truth, and you deleted them. The Most High says He's coming for you, and there's absolutely nowhere you can hide from Him. He will carry out His disdain against you because you refuse to repent. You refuse to tell the truth. You refuse to go back and retract the lies that you spewed for thousands of years. You refuse to make things right. You refuse to humble yourself before Him. You keep gallivanting around as if the things that you're talking about is the truth, and it's not. And the Most High's had enough with you, and you are coming to your end. And if you don't repent, America, If you don't do introspection and become self-aware and take inventory of what's the darkness that's inside of you, you will perish. And I know you're trying to act like you don't hear us that's out here, that's preaching this gospel faithfully, that's telling you what's to come. You think that it's bad now. You have no clue. And little $5,000 stimulus checks won't help you for what's coming. The laws and the policies being written even now won't be able to save you. And you won't be able to say that you were not given fair warning. The Most High has given me all of these visions, and I have blood on my hands until they are released. But I'm telling you, after they're released, I've washed my hands of it. That's why I have a charge within me to tell you what the truth is. And I know you don't like it. I know it angers you. But I could care less about your feelings. This right here is about your soul and about advancing the kingdom of heaven and telling the truth and bringing shame to the enemy and to his seed and to enemy forces. We have to speak this word whether it's fashionable, whether it's popular or not. Even if it's 2 people listening, we have to preach this message. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 30. The upright man will never be moved, but evildoers will not have a safe resting place in the land. You are being stripped away from this land. Your nations will be no more because of the evil that you have done. Proverbs 12 chapter 3. No man will make himself safe through evil doing. There won't be any safe haven for you. You can try to go into any cave, any side of the mountain you want to go into. The Most High will chase you there and find you, reveal your secrets, pull off the veil from among you. There's nowhere you can hide. There's no rocket ship, Elon, that will take you to Mars, and you're not going to get out of here. You need to understand it. And also the Most High called you guys sycophants. I had to look that word up. I didn't even know what that word meant. Let's delve into that. The definition of the word sycophants. Because the Most High called you guys a sycophant nation. I never used that word before in my life. Listen to this. It's a servile, self-seeking flatterer. But let's go deeper, because it's deeper than that. In ancient Greece, sycophantes meant slanderers. Now, who is the slanderer? We know that the evil one, we know Samael is the slanderer, the liar, the deceiver. He's calling you literally the nation of slanderers. It's derived from 2 words, mean fig or phanian, meaning to show or reveal. Okay, how did fig revealers become slanderers? That's the question. One theory has to do with the taxes Greek farmers were required to pay on the figs they brought to the market. Apparently, the farmers would sometimes try to avoid the payments, but squealers or fig revealers would think on them. So that's where ultimately it came from. But it means slanderer. Some of the synonyms to this word: apple polisher, fawner, flunky, bootlickers, brown nosers, suck-ups. See, the Most High sees you, MAGA and Democrat Party. He sees both of you that, kiss the ring of billionaires and millionaires. Whoever gives the most money in lobby or in campaign financing, that's who writes the laws. And he's calling you a nation of brown nosers. A nation of bootlickers is what the Most High is calling you. If we scroll down further, it says parasite, a leech. You steal everybody else's resources because you won't work for your own. You don't have your own. So you just go pillaging, plundering, stealing because you're a parasite. That's a weighty word he used against you guys. A word I wasn't even informed what it meant. But you are a sycophant nation. That's what the Most High called you. A nation of flunky, leeches, thieves, vipers is what you are. And you have come to the time of your demise. And the Most High has spoken. It is what it is. You know, the enemy tries to act as if he doesn't hear these messages that are going forth from the children of the Most High. But trust and believe they hear us and they know what is coming. And they feel a presence of impending doom upon them, but they don't know why. And that's the saddest place to be, when destruction is headed directly for you, but you don't even know. You don't even know why. You don't even know where it's coming from, and you're not prepared. You know, my people, when we turned our backs on the Most High, curses came upon us too. We know very well what it's like to be on the wrong side of the Most High. We went into slavery because of it, you know, and that's the worst thing. You know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So we know what that's like, and the curses are over for us. But these curses have just begun for you guys. Family, I thank you so much for tuning in again. I thank you so much for your support of this channel. I pray that you continue to stay rooted and grounded in Yahuwah, and that you stay strong in your faith, and that nothing or no one will deter you or change your mind from following Yahuwah. Until the next video, I pray that each and every one of you would stay safe, and that you will stay rooted and grounded in the word and in the spirit of Yahuwah and in the power of his might. I love you guys with my whole heart. Look forward to us meeting and speaking again. Until the next time, shalom.